Hey guys, it's Oberstadt, and in today's video I'm going to be, just testing out a theory. The other day when I used the ABH Subculture Palette, I noticed that I had some really bad dry spots in here on my eyes. It's been about 3 days since I recorded that video, and so I've been moisturizing my eyelids a whole lot the past several days in a row, multiple times a day, trying to get these little dry patches on my eyes to go away. I just put more eye cream on, and then I put the BH primer over that. So I'm going to be trying to do two looks with the Subculture palette again today. I'm going in with the first shade. I'm going to go in with Destiny first, and I'm using like brushes that I have that are dirty that need to be washed. I only have a few dirty brushes, and I figured, why not use them. This is the shade Destiny, and I didn't set the primer down or anything. It's still a little tacky on my eyelids. And I'm not doing anything fancy today for makeup. I'm not doing face makeup or under eye concealer. I did put a little bit on to test a theory, but I was just thinking I could do a simple like eye look and see what happens. Because I did notice that when I was editing the other video, some spots on the one eye looked a little patchy, and it didn't look patchy when I looked at it, in the mirror or up close. It looked patchy on the camera or on the photos that I took. So I figured I would do another look or two and see. And if I don't like it, I won't have a whole lot of makeup on, and I can just wash it right off. So it's no big deal. But even when like makeup looks don't like work the way that I want them to, I still like to like publish the video so that you guys can see that not every look that I do is going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna go in with Dawn up here. And I think I'm gonna take my Vasanti brush, and I'm going in with Untamed, which is the other green shade. It's kind of like a foresty green. I mean, this is only the second time I've used this palette, but so far, I'm not really having any like kickback, a whole lot of kickback in the pan. The shadows are going where I want them, and they're blending out fantastically. Maybe I got one of the good ones, I don't know. Either that or it's because I am very delicate with my makeup. I go in very light-handedly, and I pick up a little bit of product at a time and then blend out. I don't I'll tap the brush in once or twice and then apply to the eye, and then if I need more product, I'll go back in and get more. I don't constantly like dig my brush in a palette. So the majority of my palettes, other than wear on the actual shadows, they still look brand new. I'm going to go into that electric shade with my finger. And I'm going to grab Cube on my pinky and then press over it with the finger I used electric on. And then I'm going to drag what's left under my eye and grab a smidge more Cube and put it right in the inner corner, and then right over the brow bone where I put Dawn. So far so good. Alright, let me wash my hand and I will work on the second eye. Alright, got some clean fingers. I think with this one, I'm going to go into Rowdy. I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to grab that darkest shade in here. There's like a cat hair on my palette. I want to show you when I dip in it. See, there's no kickback. Now I'm tapping this down first, and then I will blend. Now if you want to apply less pressure to your makeup brushes when you're applying shadow to the eye so that you're putting a shadow on super lightly, grab the end of the brush. The closer you are up to the bristles when you hold a brush, the more pressure you're going to put on the skin, which can cause some shadows to be a little bit patchy, I have found, which is a little odd, because you would think, more pressure it would blend out easier, but sometimes that's not always the case. I'm going to go back into that Dawn shade and put that up here. And I tilted the brush. Instead of going in like this, I tilted it up so I could get it angled up to my eye. It's kind of a grungy look right now. And I've got a little patchiness right here on the outer edge, but my eye is also really dry right here. So So I'm going to tap shadow there, and then I will try and blend it. I think I'm going to go into edge. Now I'll go into new wave. Now that one does have some kick up in the pan, and there goes the brush. And the camera doesn't want to show it. That's fine. I'm going to place this all over not only my mobile lid, but the rest of my lid space in light tapping and dragging motions. I want to see something. Think of this as like a faux cut crease because you're using shadow instead of concealer. I want to make sure that my lid is completely covered all the way up to where the purple is, and then I'm going to drag this under my eye as well. And this brush is angled, so that's kind of handy. And for this being a mustard shade in the palette, it looks more like a camel brown. Now I'm just blending out where those two colors meet, and then under the eye. Now, if you're okay with this, then throw on some liner and some mascara and go out the door, but I'm going to grab the Adorn shade and the Cube shade on my pinky. The Cube shade I'm going to put in the inner part of my eye like I did with the last one, and the inner corner as well. And because I put shadow down first, now those shimmer shades have something underneath of them to kind of stick to, because these shadows seem rather wet. And then one last time I'm going to blend. Now with me blending and stuff over it, this shade isn't near as metallic as it was. There's a little bug in here. If you wanted to like amp it up, you could go back over it with your finger, and just as an example, I will pick up a little bit of that shade. Even though it's the same shade, I'm just putting it in the center. See how it's a little bit different in the center of my eye, but my eyes water a lot. So the corners of my eyes are always like watery and not that great looking. And just because I'm not happy with how that looks on the outer edge of my eye, I'm going to grab a Veramona little flat shader brush, and I'm going to bring that to put some of that shadow back down there that I just wiped off. Yeah, it's doing it again because my eye right here has texture on it. You know, for people that have perfect skin, I guess it's okay, but for people that have like dry spots or dry scaly spots on their skin or anything like that, your makeup looks are going to be different than what they're doing. So keep that in mind when you're following somebody's tutorial. Their skin is different than yours. You don't know whether they have oily skin or normal skin, combo skin, dry skin. I have dry skin, and I try and point out like the dry spots like right here on both eyes. I have dry skin. I have dry skin right here on the inner part of my eye as well. So things may not look the same on me as they do with everybody else. It's funny, in the camera, that top line looks like crap, but in the mirror, it looks fine. Now it just looks patchy and unblended. Kind of wish you could see what I'm seeing in my mirror versus what the camera is showing. And this is, you know, it's a good camera. It's a Canon T6i, so it's going to pick up different things than what the normal eye can see. I mean, this thing finds pores on my forehead that I didn't even really know I had. Not that they bother me, but kind of using that Dawn shade kind of like an eraser. It doesn't look quite as bad now. But it all depends on, you know, you and your skin type and your skin tone and things like that. But Here are 2 more looks with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture Palette. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I know this is kind of a quiet video for me. I'm not feeling that great, but I wanted to play with makeup, which is why I'm not doing the rest of my face. Anyways, I will see you guys in another video very soon. Have a great day or night wherever you are.